I'm not restarting shit. Nah. Angel's working on the valve train. I'm working on the supercharger. What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode on the channel. Just like on the last video, we got a lot of work going on, and we're just gonna go ahead and film everything that we got just so you guys can see what we're doing around here. We have, first one on the chopping block is a RXPX 300. Pretty sure this ski has sheared the flywheel bolts like I said in the previous video, so we're gonna be pulling the motor out of that. Next one is going to be the GTX 215. This ski, unfortunately, we've checked all avenues on the charging system and determined that the stator is bad in it. So we're going to rip that motor out, get the stator removed, replaced, put it back in, get it back on the water. And then the last one we got is going to be Brad's GTX 300. This ski, my customer was saying that it was going a little slow. Took it to the water, put it off the, took it off the trailer, put it in the water, and it busts off 80 miles an hour first hit. So I let my customer know that, and he said, you know what, that's just not fast enough, and he wants to go faster. So we are stage 2ing this thing. It's already got a stage 1 plus, so we're doing the motor work basically. So cam, valve train, injectors, wheel, the whole shebang. And then we'll go take this thing out, see how it does, and you know, just keep on bringing skis in here and keep on working. So we'll catch you guys in the episode. All right, so that is a stator right there. I'm gonna show you guys why this thing was not working. So on this side, it's kind of good. See the grooves in there. All this is cool, but then you get this, a whole lot of nothing. So that thing wasn't working too well. Probably why the guy was having to change his battery out all the time. So got the new one installed. He's gonna need a PTO boot there, and then I'm pretty sure, oh, it's way back here. Yeah, whatever. He needs a drive shaft carbon seal. That thing is pretty bad shape. So we're gonna keep on grinding, get this motor put back in, and hopefully finish it up today. All right, so Angel's got the motor put back together with the new stator in there. I'm working on the drive shaft. This thing had the hat basically fused to this guy, so I'm gonna clean this up, get this removed, get a new bumper, new carbon seal set up in there. He also needed a bellow boot bearing. It just broke and fell out, so went ahead and put a new one on there. So yeah, I just sent the customer some pictures, waiting for his response on the parts that I need to replace. Make sure he wants to do that. He doesn't really have a choice, because if he doesn't do it, it's not going to be on the water. So but I definitely want to let him know before I do anything else. So yeah, waiting on that and get it thrown back in. All right, we are finishing up the engine install. I went ahead and called the customer, got the approval for a new wear ring, got a new wear ring put in there. I'm gonna start putting this pump back together and see if we can start it up, make sure everything is charging, and then we'll move on to the next one. All right, as you guys can see, we have the 300 motor pulled out, and just like I suspected, if you go in here, you might, I don't know if you heard it, but the flywheel is definitely loose in there. So we're gonna go ahead and take the PTO off of this, see what kind of damage we got going in there. I do have a lot of parts in stock, so if we need anything, I'll just grab it off the shelf, throw it in. If I don't, I'll have to order it. So we're gonna focus on getting this PTO out, just like we did with the stator on the 215, and see what we gotta do. All right, the motor is apart, and just like we figured, the flywheel bolts are completely sheared. This is very common on the 16, 17 Seadoos. They have really bad flywheel bolts, and they just break and you're screwed. So as you can see, bolts are broken there. I got one out down here, so so I got another 5 to go all the way around the crank. Hopefully it didn't damage the crank. I'll run a tap through there and make sure that stuff is all good. Other than that, looks like he's gonna need a new stator. So it is stator week this week. This will be another stator we're gonna replace here. Flywheel, as you can see, the bolt holes are oblonged, so this is now pretty much junk. The magneto, we'll see how this looks once I take it apart. But yeah, basically it's gonna be just a bunch of cleaning, getting these bolts out, getting new stator put in, new gaskets, and getting them back on the water. So could have been worse, but you know, everything looks pretty salvageable in here. Alright, so we hit a little snag. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the bolts out, but 2 of them are being stubborn. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up some type of extraction tool to try to get these out. I thought I had some in the toolbox, but I don't know where they're at. So I'm gonna go do that now. We tried to test Brad's earlier, but it was too choppy, so we're gonna attempt that as well and go grab some food. So I'm gonna order the parts that we need for this thing and keep working. Alright guys, as you can see, what? I'm not restarting shit. Nah. Angel's working on the valve train. I'm working on the supercharger. I will not restart. You will look stupid on the camera. We're doing it, bro.
Don't do that. Oh, man.
All right, so I'm working on the supercharger. You got to get the new wheel put in here. He's finishing up the valve train. So yeah, we keep working now. All right, there you go. You have the 17.5 pound wheel and the OEM 300 wheel. I'm gonna show you guys the difference here. All these blades right here, you can see the height. They're not very tall. But then once you go over here, you can see you have a big blade difference there. So that's what creates the extra boost pressure. So I just gotta heat this wheel up a little bit, slide it onto the shaft, pause, and then you know, keep it going. I think Angel's coming up to, yep, looks like he's done with the second cylinder. So we got one more cylinder, then we gotta throw the cam in and then start it up. Let's see how it goes. All right guys, so we are at the Alva boat ramp. As you can see, this is my favorite spot out here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this ski unhooked. Like I said before, this is a Stage 2 RX TX 300, or I'm sorry, GTX 300. So we're gonna go ahead, throw it in the water, see what it does. Let me know what you guys think it's gonna run. It is a Stage 2, so that means injectors, cam, wheel, you know, yada 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 yada. So let me know in the comments what you guys think it's gonna run before we run it. And I'm thinking it's gonna run somewhere around like 86, 87. So we'll see who's closest. not bad, not bad. First hit off the trailer, 86. I think that's pretty much where she's gonna be. It might go 87. It's a little warm out here today. I don't want to say it's like in the 90s, but we should see a little bit more out of this. Maybe 88, you know, when it gets cooler in the winter time. So it's running good. Everything feels good. I'm gonna ride it now normally, make sure everything is good and there's nothing loose, nothing leaking, and we should be you know, we should be good to bring it back to the shop and button it up and let my customer come and grab it. All right, so 86 is pretty much all that it was able to muster out. I'm sure I probably could have pulled another mile out of it, but it looks like the carbon seal is spraying some water, so I'm definitely not trying to sink this thing. Let me show you guys what it's doing. Oh wow. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on there, but it's spraying water everywhere, and it's very like it's not balanced, you know, like the hat is shaking everywhere. So we'll get back to the shop, see if he wants to replace that, and then should be good. I would expect 87 out of it, you know, once it's dialed in right. So take this thing back to the shop. All right, so we're back at the shop. We have Brad's 300 in here. Just went 86 miles an hour on the stage 2 setup. But like I said, the carbon seal is leaking, so we're gonna get that replaced before he comes to pick it up. So right now we are working on getting this pulled out. I already got the C-clip out. Angel is working on the jet pump. Once this is done, we'll call Brad, have him come pick it up, and he could go and enjoy ski. All right guys, here is the old carbon seal. You can see all the scratches that are on it. Those scratches are actually grooves, and that's what's letting water spray into the hole. That carbon seal has to be perfectly flat with no scratches, no nothing for it to seal. If there's grooves, the water gets in there and then it starts coming in the hole. I don't know if you guys noticed on the video when I focused in on the carbon seal while we were on the water, how it was shaking real bad. There's a remedy to fix that with a little trick. It's something that I keep to myself. I don't really tell many people. Somebody probably does know how to do it, but you know, that's just a little trick I do. So I want to show you guys. I'm going to start it up. You see how perfect it's spinning? That's a little trick that we do in there. That way it keeps the hat nice and level and it doesn't wobble around, it stays nice and straight. So he'll get a lot more life out of this carbon seal the way I have it set up. And that's pretty much it. Brad's ski's done. We're gonna button it all up, and tomorrow catch up with this motor. Like I said, we have to finish building it. We got the head gaskets today, so that'll be done today. We're gonna put that together, and then we gotta drop it in over here onto this ski right here. So once we get that buttoned up, drop it in here, take this out for a rip, make sure this is good, and just keep on going. So catch you guys tomorrow. Catch you guys on the next video.